Yo! What's going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another Madden 21 Ultimate Team video. In today's video, we're going to go over some of the best team standouts, 92 overalls that you guys can pick for your free cards, or if you're just wondering what some of these team standouts are as far as where they rank, which ones are good, which ones are bad. We're going to go over all of that, so let's get right on into the video. Shout outs to you guys, because yesterday we put up a challenge goal. I said if yesterday's video gets 200 likes, we will drop this video showing you guys the best options to choose from your free fantasy pack, and you guys crushed it, so I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Don't forget to leave a like on this video as well. Click that thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. Let's get another 200 on this one. I think that's very possible. Go ahead and click that thumbs up. It helps me, and I thank you guys for continuing to support me. So yesterday we put out the video, but I'll just go over it really quick again. You do get a free 92 overall team standout card by playing through these Team Affinity Team Standout Series 3 solos. Very important that you guys know you do not have to get all the stars on these. You can literally play them on 1 star, but as you can see, they're pretty easy. I played them all on 3 stars. A few bonus objectives I didn't really care for going after. I was just trying to get them done as soon as possible, but they're all on rookie. It's easy, put it that way. Takes, I don't know, I mean, I did it in about 3 hours today. I played, yeah, about 3 hours, maybe less. So pretty easy, and of course, you earn those stars. You're going to continue to earn some milestones towards these Team Affinity rewards. I haven't done all of them, but we got quite a few done. So I did this on my no money spent account. I know a lot of you that are doing these solos and wondering who to pick are probably no money spent players, so we're going to try to help you out. This is obviously a nat card, right? So it's going to be on your team long term. And the really tough thing about these is that they don't come with the power up. And if you've been on the auction house, you probably know by now the power-ups for these items are really expensive. So I wouldn't rush to power these cards up. Another thing to know is once you complete these solos, you might not get your pack. Don't worry. You just have to go in and play another solo. Any solo when you beat before, when you haven't beat before, that will then trigger the reward to pop, and you'll get this Team Standout Series 3 Fantasy Pack. So let's go ahead and open it. All 32 cards in here. Again, no power-up, just the regular card. And I think I have a list of maybe 10, 11, or 12 that are pretty good. Now, I'm not going to tell you this, such and such is the best card to choose, because all of you probably have different needs on your team, like myself. So, I'm going to tell you why I think some of these cards are really good, and then if you feel that that position fits your team or you need that type of upgrade, that's what I want you to do. So the first one is going to be Cordaro Patterson, obviously because he's just pretty fast, right? He comes in with 92 speed, catching 88, a little low, short route running 86, we don't care about that, 84, medium, and then deep is 88. So while this card does have really good speed, I think he lacks a bit in the route running, and that's what would concern me, and there are some better wide receivers out there to choose from that we'll take a look in a moment, but this is a pretty good card. I would probably recommend running Go Deep for this so you can get him to that 90 deep route running threshold, or if you're a play fake person, you'll have him at about 89 with the power up, 89 deep route running, and then play fake would boost up that medium route running. So this is not the best wide receiver, but it is a pretty solid card. Hopefully they don't make me, okay, I was going to say, hope they don't like reveal all of these animations again every time I try to back out. So the next one is Beasley, and I was a bit surprised at how good this card actually is. So a tad bit slower, 90 overall speed here, right? But I think if you strictly compare him, and they're two different players, to Cordaro Patterson, he's better in a lot of more important categories. So his catching's better at 91, and then if you look at his route running, he already hits the medium route running threshold, and if you have Go Deep maxed out, you're going to get either +4 or +5 to that deep route running, which means even without the power up, you're hitting both route running thresholds with this card. Medium at 90, deep with 90. You're going to hear me mention thresholds a lot with route running. I say this all the time. They just get better animations. The routes run a little bit deeper and different when they're at 90 or above. They get better separation against man coverage. It's just, that's a number you want to target, right? 90 plus for medium and deep route running, short as well. And then when it comes to like defense, 90 man, 90 zone, or some other ones you want to hit. So if you're confused or wondering why I keep bringing that up, that's the big reason. Another wide receiver. We're going wide receiver heavy right now. Tim Patrick. I like this card. Not that height matters a ton in this year's game, but this guy is 6'4", 91 speed, so he's one less than Cordaro, but one more than Cole Beasley. Catching is in the 90s, so that's pretty good. And then you are going to need some chemistries and probably his power-up to get this card into those, route running thresholds. But you can have your choice here because you're going to have, medium route running, you need play fake, or deep route running, you're going to need the go deep, obviously. But he's just kind of there. He's right in the middle. I think when this guy, if he gets another card later on in the year, could be a pretty solid card. He's got height, pretty good speed, and his route running is very, very balanced. So all three of those good wide receivers. I still think the best one is yet to come, but we're going to take a break from wide receivers and go to a card that would be covering a wide receiver, and that's Carlton Davis III. Now, he got absolutely obliterated, smoked by Tyreek Hill in real life, but we don't care. This is MUT. MUT doesn't really matter when it comes to real life. 6'1", 91 speed. He is the fastest and tied with a couple other people, but basically he's the fastest defender out of all these cards, again tied with a couple other people. And then if you look, man coverage 91, he's already hitting that threshold, 88 zone coverage, and his press is really, really good as well. So I think this card is pretty well balanced, man, zone, and speed, and press, and he's 6'1", which is decent height. I like this card a lot. If you're in need for a cornerback, I think this is probably the best option out there as far as cornerbacks go. Carlton Davis is the third. I can't speak. I would definitely check him out. All right, moving along here. It hurts me to have to do this, but we are going to put a cowboy on our list here. And this card is pretty similar to the one we just took a look at. 6'1", Trayvon Diggs. He's got 91 speed, so him and Davis are basically tied in the speed area. His press is a little bit lower, and then his overall coverage stats, I think, are a little bit lower, but still a pretty similar card. So if you're looking for a corner, Davis and Diggs, both really, really good cards. For a free card, I would take a look at these. Moving along, but staying on the defense side of the ball, former Eagles legend Eric Rowe, who's been converted to a safety in Miami, having a pretty good season. He's got, I think he got a superstar card, so this is his third card of the year. 6'1", 91 speed. I think a lot of these guys are having the 91 speed, 92 acceleration, but that doesn't matter. I don't even know why I said that. Look at the coverage stats here, right? 85 man coverage, 86 zone. If you're rocking lockdown, which I recommend all of you rock lockdown on defense, you're basically getting a guy with 91 speed and then plus 90 zone, plus 90 man. Again, with lockdown. He's played for the Dolphins, Eagles, and Patriots, so he meets a lot of the theme teams out there. And speaking of theme teams, maybe this is something I should have put at the beginning of the video, but we'll post it now. I'm going to give you on your screen a list of every single one of these 92 overall team standout cards and what theme teams they can get. Now, of course, you're going to need the power up for these to get those team chemistries on them. And we've talked about how expensive some of these power ups are, anywhere from 100 to 200 to, above 200K for them. But there is the full list, so if you're looking at any of these cards for a theme team, you can kind of use that as a guide. So let's move along and take a look at another card. I'm not going to try to say this dude's name because I will just butcher it. I'm just this guy from the Falcons. Really good card. Probably one of the best and most slept on cards at the same time. 6'2". Put it this way, we don't have many coverage linebackers in the game, and this guy is pretty good at it. 6'2", 90 speed, play rec in the 90s, even block shedding is 85. So he's not like a run stopper, that's not his primary objective on the field, but he's still pretty solid at block shedding. And then one thing that we can't see here, and I don't know how to get to it unfortunately from this screen, he basically has 87 or 88 zone coverage. So he's going to be a good coverage linebacker with a lot of speed. He's 6'2", so you could probably user him. I know usering on next gen isn't that great, but if you compare him to Sam Mills, he's almost kind of like Sam Mills, when you got Sam Mills in the lower 90s, obviously. but he's taller, so he can cover. He's a user. He's got the same speed, and this is a really, really good card. Unfortunately, his power-up is going to cost you a ton if you want that card, because I think a lot of people are going after it, but definitely one of the better defenders in the game. Moving on, we do have Brian Poole, another cornerback. The only thing I would say about this card, he's equally as fast as Davis and Diggs. His coverage stats are actually a little bit better. They're almost at the 90s, like 89 man, 88 zone, so you're going to have those in the mid-90s with lockdown. The problem with him is his press is not very good at all. Kind of feels almost like a Deion Sanders with the press there. So if you're trying to play press man coverage with this card, you're going to get smoked downfield, especially on new-gen gameplay. But otherwise, I like this card. A little bit shorter there, 5'10", probably going to be, you know, like maybe a nickel or nickel cornerback is one of the options. I like the card, just the height and the press are a little bit low. Now back to wide receivers. We started this episode or this video out with a ton of wide receivers, and I think this is the best one. MVS from the Packers, 92 speed. He's 6'4". His catching is at 91, so he's already just better than every wide receiver we looked at, and those cards were pretty good. But then look at the route running. Without a power-up, without any type of chemistries, deep route running hits the threshold. When you get his power-up, that's going to give you 89 medium route running. If you don't have it, you just got to rock a little bit of play fake there. I think play fake with 15 cards, so that's like tier 3, will get you the +2 to medium route running. He's going to hit both of those thresholds. He's not going to be good on the short route running, but I don't really think you need a great short route running like rating to get separation on those. But I think this is by far the best wide receiver in the game. +90 catching, +90 deep route running. Easily can get medium route running threshold. And he's one of the, I mean, he's 92 speed. There's only a handful of guys out of this whole promo, whatever position they play, that have 92 speed, and MVS is one of them. So I definitely think he's the best wide receiver of the bunch. Let's move along here. We're getting towards the end, though, and we skipped quite a few cards. We'll take a quick look at Logan Thomas. I like this card because he's fast and he's tall, 6'6", 87 speed, kind of similar to Waller, right? But his catching's a little bit lower, and then his route running is not good at all. Good run blocker, better run blocker than Waller, but I mean, he's kind of like a poor man's Darren Waller. He's fast, he can run block, but his route running is, you know, it's not the greatest. So a good card, but not a great card. If you're looking for a tight end specifically, like you just need that position on your team, you might want to take a look at it. We'll give one guy the trenches, in the trenches recognition here. Stephon Tuitt, probably butchered his name. 6'6". Low-key, these kind of cards, like these really tall defensive ends, you can throw them randomly in spies. Not so much to chase down a quarterback, but just to have his hands out. Because sometimes you'll get those really glitchy interceptions. When the guy is 6'6", you can throw a guy like this in a spy randomly and hope to get lucky. But 91 strength. And then I picked this card because when it comes to pass rushers or run stuffers, basically defensive linemen, I always look, how many of the 3 core like rushing attributes or stats are in the 90s? And he hit 2 out of the 3. Block shed 92, power move 91, finesse obviously is in there at 76. But 2 out of the 3 is good. 3 out of the 3 is the best, obviously. But I think this card is pretty solid. Probably out of all the cards in the trenches, the best one out there. And then the last choice, and again, I'm not giving you, like, this isn't the best one, but it's one of them, and it's Quandre Diggs. Free safety. I like this card. Another very well-balanced card. 90 speed. Wish it was a little bit higher. 91 would be nice. 5'9", a little on the short end, but I think otherwise he's pretty balanced. Good speed. Man coverage at 86, zone at 91, and hit power at 89. So if you are rocking lockdown, like I've recommended numerous times here, you're basically going to have like 96 zone coverage, 91 man coverage. He's got speed and he's got a nice combination of hit powers there as well. Very, very balanced, just a little bit, you know, 5'9", sometimes can hurt in certain situations, but at the end of the day, I think this is a really good card, really, really well balanced. And I think that really wraps it up. I still don't know which card I'm going to pick. If I really had to give you like a top 3 without any type of like positions coming in play, it would probably be Carlton Davis would be one of them. This guy right here would be number 2, and then MVS would probably be number 3. Those would be like my top 3, but again, depending on what type of positions you're looking to upgrade on your team, Hopefully, this information gave you a little bit of help and you can make a decision now. Let me know who you picked. Leave it down below in the comment section, who you went with and why did you go with them. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Popular Stranger. I'm out. Peace.